Well, this is a big day for me because as you can see in back of me, I've been a fan of this band for over, they've been a band for over 28 years. And I don't have the whole catalog, but I have a good portion of it here and have been loving their music since first hearing them. And finally, I get them in front of me here to talk with them, Sabine and Lanville, and from Edenbridge. And welcome to the Citadel for Metal Fellowship here at Progressive Rock Central. It is absolutely wonderful to finally meet you face to face and talk with you. Did you guys want to say something first and then?
Yeah, I want to say hello, and we are very um, happy to be here with you. And
Nice to talk to you, Mark.
yes,
Well, thank you. Yeah. I mean, we've been sort of, I think I've done a few email interviews with them and have always wanted to have this experience of, being able to talk to them directly. So this is great. They're back with their 12th studio album. I mean, these guys are prolific. If they're not making albums, they're making compilation albums. Um, the Eden albums, Chronicles of Eden, and they have a live album, and they're constantly making music. And we'll talk to them later about if they're already working on the next album, which they probably are. But the new album, Set the Dark on Fire, was just released on January 16th. And they're back with the Steamhammer SPV label, and those guys are fantastic, and good to see you back with them. But again, over 28 years, they have a lot of experience, but they can still kick ass. I mean, they can still kick ass like any other heavy metal band. But they really, for me, they brought the symphonic metal, forefront, and now I love that entire genre. And yeah, it's great to have you here. All right. I know I've asked you this question before, but I've never asked you live. How did the band begin, emerge? Do you have any kind of anniversary celebration? Or are you waiting for the 30th? Let's start there.
Well, the band actually started in 1998, I would say, and there was a smooth transition between from our pre project into the band. And yeah, in 2000, our debut album came out back then. And this was, yeah, to cut a long story short, pretty much the begin of the band. And Sabine and myself were always part of the band and still are. Of course,
we
during
know
the
each other for 30 years now.
and during of course during the years we had some of course we had some lineup changes, which is inevitable. Of
Yeah.
course, if life perspectives change during the time, everybody, of course, if you start in your 20s, it's always a bit difficult because if as I said, if the perspectives are different sometimes, and yeah, it's different reasons why you cannot continue with certain people and musicians. But I think, yeah, the achievement is that we're still here after nearly 30 years, which is quite an achievement. And
Yes.
it's, yeah, hopefully it will go on for a long time.
Good. Yeah. And where did you find that voice of hers? She is incredible. For me, she's still probably the best. Just
um,
really knows how to bring the emotions and all.
well, we met. It's I went out with a friend to the casino, and then after the casino, he told me, we could go to another club. I know some girls are playing there, and I said, I don't really, I'm not in the mood, I'm tired. And but
Good thing you went.
he convinced me to go there, and we finally ended up in this club, and Sabine played with her all-girl band. She was playing guitar and did backing vocals because they had another singer, and in the end we all went out for a drink after that, and
I
yeah.
gave him my telephone number because I wanted to take lessons in guitar playing. But on
Oh,
the other
wow.
day, he,
And
he rang me up, and yeah, it is 30 years
the
ago.
the rest is history. Let's put it like this.
Okay. Well, speaking of him, holy moly. When I listed all the things that this guy plays, Lanville, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, acoustic guitar, piano, keyboards, electric sitar, bouzouki, ukulele. I can't even say this, swarm mandel. Is that the right way to say it?
On
Uh,
Swamadali. Yeah. Mm.
hammered dulcimer, tempura, and the list goes on. I could keep going, but yeah, he's a genius when it comes to music, and probably. How does the writing go? Does he write the music first, and then you put in the lyrics, or do you both do the lyrics, or how does that?
Yeah, we both are writing the lyrics, not every song, but most of them in the last albums. And yeah, we like this. It's a little bit different than on the first albums, because on the first albums Lambo did the lyrics alone. And yeah, this changed in the last years, and it's a great feeling to be part um, of the of the lyrics, yeah, and the deeper meanings.
All
Yeah,
right.
I have to say the music is always first, of course. So, and after we have finished a couple of songs, musical wise, um, I make or we make up our minds in terms of the lyrics. So the music is always defining, of course, the lyrics, because I still think that the music is still a bit higher
First, yeah.
uh, to judge than the lyrics, of course.
Mm.
And speaking of lyrics, I cannot walk by it. The bonding, I just and I don't know what it was about that album, but I mean that song, the epic song. And my wife and I have watched it so many times, the videos that are on YouTube, and they're beautiful with the ocean background and things like that. And I know you probably didn't do that, but or maybe you did. But I think somebody did it for you or as a sort of a celebration. I was like, thank you, whoever did that. But the lyrics for that song, I don't know where that came from, but I gotta ask because to me it was magic. And I know we're going backwards, but I had that's one of those questions I just absolutely had to ask.
Well, you exactly mean the lyrics for the first part of the bonding.
I don't know the whole album. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
album.
No,
Well,
wait. Just
yeah,
the final song. The
yeah, yeah, yeah,
just
yeah. Well,
when she goes, here I stand. It's like you can imagine her standing in front of the ocean or standing in front on top of a mountain or something like that.
yeah.
It
Well,
just. But go
actually,
ahead.
the bonding was a kind of therapy for me
Yeah.
in terms of because I had a very difficult phase because my father committed suicide back then.
Yeah. I
And
remember.
of course, this was a kind of therapy album to pay tribute to him, and also to reflect on my own feelings, of course. So there were a couple of songs that especially dealt with this matter. But the bonding, I think, is pretty much I would say um, a summary of what a summary of how should I explain it? A summary of what Edenbridge is about, because I
Yeah.
mean, it's the bonding to the universe, it's the bonding to our fans, it's the bonding to music. So, and especially, of course, this end part is for me still one of the best parts I think I ever wrote, and we still have this end part in a medley
For
in
life.
for life, yeah.
Mm.
And you cannot tell sometimes where this music is coming, but if you're if you're connected to the universe and if you have an open channel to above, I think things like that come. And this is also what explains the title, the bonding. You have a bonding to a higher force, to the universe itself, to the energies which we are all surrounded by, and the energies we are of course. And if you are open to these different yeah energies, then you I think music and lyrics like this come out.
And what was it like to sing that? I mean, did you come up with that first line, "Here I stand," or Sabine?
Well, back then she wasn't involved in the lyrics.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She started with a Voiciano album. That was the first album when we did lyrics together.
But what
So
did it feel like? I'm telling you, I would love to sing that. So I can't sing, but I'm never going to do it. But I mean, I've sung it many times in my head and all that. It's just what was it like? And
Yeah, it's magic.
did you guys get to do? I think you did it live with a orchestra too, right? What was
no,
it?
no,
That must have
not live, just in the studio. We
just.
had the
What was
orchestra.
it like, Sabine? It had to have
And
been
sometimes I get uh, um, juice breath, goose
Goosebumps.
breath,
Yeah.
goosebumps.
goosebumps. Yeah, and it's magic. Yeah, I love this song, and every song has this special feelings, and
Yeah.
it's always, as he said, it's inspired from a higher force, and I can feel this when I'm working out the song, and it's always experience for me, and also very emotional.
That and you mentioned Lanville mentioned the Voiciana album, which was absolutely incredible. I've been trying to get this CD for a long time. You guys sent me, a copy, and I did a review. Do you think you'll do something like that again? Because it was unbelievable. Another one, I think one of your best.
It was something special, I would say. And I think we should repeat it sometimes. But you have to be in the mood to write another acoustic album. And I wasn't in the mood for a whole acoustic album. And I think then you also have to top the first one, which is not that easy because it
No,
had a special atmosphere. And it was the perfect time because I was this was done after the bonding, and the bonding was such a huge album in terms of orchestrations and everything. And then it was good to do something else. And if we are ever in in the mood to yeah for such an album, I'm pretty sure we will repeat it. But
great.
I still
Repeat.
with Sienna,
Luciano,
yeah.
repeat.
Yeah, another one.
Another
Not
one.
repeat
Yeah, yeah,
that one.
okay.
Part two. Yeah.
Yeah.
Part two, yes.
Uh,
What,
and I still love the album. I mean, there are
yeah,
certain songs which I have to think about the titles. I think it was the song Everflow, which is
I love this song. Yeah.
still a great one with all the guests. And also this one is for you, which dealt with all the losses we had in this time. So yeah, I think still a magic album.
absolutely. Now, you inspire me. You inspire a lot of these bands that I have down here. Uh, who inspired you?
Oh, who inspired me? I have so many inspirations, but because my musical taste is such widespread, ever has been. Because I grew up with classical music when I was a child. My parents took me to a Wagner opera when I was 6. I
Oh,
took
wow.
classical lessons on piano. So the classical music was the DNA, I would say, for my musical taste. And then I discovered rock and metal as a teenager, and from the point on, I decided to be a songwriter and musician. I always wanted to combine those styles, but then it went on. I mean, I love composers like Vangelis. I love yeah, also in rock. I love pop music. Good pop music from the 80s is great. Tears for Fears to mention.
There you go.
That absolutely wonderful. Then of course great singers and artists like Barbara Streisand. We both absolutely adore her.
Yeah,
And so
that's too.
also
Yeah.
the metal scene from AOR. Journey is one of my all-time favorite bands.
Right.
To prog metal, Dream Theater, Symphony X. So
Threshold.
if you listen to such a big uh, bandwidth of music, I think this is yeah, this is changing your approach to your own music, of course, because you not that you take ideas from there and there, but it's the kind of musical speech and musical knowledge that you further develop in your life, and as you develop as a human being, it's the same thing as a musician and composer. It's you can never stop. I mean, and this is my approach to getting better, because
Yeah.
I don't want to stand still. It's like Walt Disney. It just came to my mind because we were in
There
Disney
you go.
World 6 years ago. I can. He said I can never stand still. Always have to go on, and I think this. Then you can create new landscapes, can discover new musical territories.
All right. How about you, Sabine? Who are some of your favorites?
Yeah, it's nearly the same. Not I didn't grow up with classical music, but I also like yeah, this kind of music now, and for also the film music especially.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and of course the singers are very. I'm very open-minded to this, to the styles of every singers. I also like country singers because they most of the time have a very great voice, and I grew up with country music. So because when I was um, uh, um, playing the guitar, it's easy to sing country music, and it I think it was a good training for the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like Celine Dion. I like Queen. Very different. Um, I'm very a big fan of Threshold or from America, Mystery. We just
Yeah,
find
but they're from Canada.
they're from
Yeah.
Canada, yeah. But we found them for a few years ago, and it's amazing. And the other one is um,
No, Shadow Gallery.
Shadow Gallery.
Yeah.
Yeah, also very very different kind of music, and it's also um, it's not don't have a direct impact to my voice, because I also try to find the inspiration or the from inside, and not to copy somebody else. So that's not a big deal with which I also like um, no
How's it?
Whitney Houston, but I don't
Oh,
have her. I really love this voice, but I don't can sing those big
yeah, she.
I would like.
She was incredible. Yeah. Probably Tarja was one of the ones that influenced you, maybe Amy from Evanescence. Who do you think is sort of following in your footsteps as a female lead singer? Because I consider you one of the leaders up there with Tarja and Amy. Who would you consider now is sort of following in your footsteps?
Wer dir nachfolgt.
uh,
Also.
I don't know. Don't make up my mind about this. Maybe you know.
Well, yeah, I have a few. Yeah, there are. Yeah, well, you've got to be happy that there are so many more women involved in metal music than at least singing, but
Yeah,
also playing instruments and things like that.
yeah,
You were kind of out there as one of the leaders, I think. How do you feel that way, or and do you feel it's opened up more for women?
yeah. It is like because I think the time was right for this, and I think it's important that also women are going into this scene, but it's not. It's more what people or the singers are really love to do. It's not um, to get famous, or if this is the most important thing. That's not the great thing for me. Is if you really love to do this, that's then you have to do it. If you're a woman or a man, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. So I think you already have a tour set up that's starting fairly soon. Um, are you, do you want to talk about some of those dates or share some of that? I mean, I know you have it on your Facebook, but this is a good chance to tell people live if you have something coming up right away.
Yeah, we're starting our tour at the end of February here in Austria, and then going to Germany, Netherlands, and to Switzerland. This is the start, the first round, I would say, and then yeah, we are working on some plans overseas. Asia is on the list, of course. So
Is
there
it
is
too difficult right now here in the US to get over here? Because there's so many problems
well,
with
the problem is
political
we
political
never
problems.
we never played in the US so far. So either it would have been a festival which invited us, or the other hand is to, of course, you have to be on the road permanently in the US to
Yeah,
really get a foot in the market, and then you have the working visa, of course. Then there has to be some touring in the US is extremely expensive, and
yeah.
this at the moment I see a little bit as a problem, of course, but of course we would love to. I mean, we would love to play everywhere. We had the privilege to play a lot of times in Asia. We also had the privilege to play three times at the 70,000 Tons of Metal Festival, which is
Oh, good. Yeah,
at least embarking in the US, not taking
yeah.
place in the US, but at least embarking there. So yeah. Um, it's yeah it's sometimes it's not in our hands where things are leading us,
All
but
Who
right.
knows?
who
Who
knows, yeah, of
knows? With
course,
the
yeah,
new album, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Are you bringing any other bands with you, or is this you're really concentrating on? Are you going to play the whole album, or go ahead?
No, we play 5.5 songs, so we do five songs, and half of the long track in combination with a medley, and concentrating more on the new stuff because we had the 25 years anniversary tour 2 years ago, where we played at least one song from each of our albums.
Yeah,
And we have two female fronted supports with us. It's Flower Leaf from Germany,
that's right.
Miracle Flare from Switzerland. So I think it will be a good symphonic metal evening for all the fans.
Excellent. All right. Well, there's something to absolutely look forward to. All right. Let's talk about the new album. It is, as I said, it does set the dark on fire. It sets the light on fire. It sets everything on fire. It's very good. Um, and it starts with the Ghost Ship Diaries. And I've been a fan of Visions of Atlantis, but you guys didn't go down that road, fully the pirate road. But is there a little bit of inspiration, not from them, but from pirates or
Pirates? No, absolutely not at all.
not at all? Okay.
It's, the Ghost Ship Diaries. It's more a kind of a metaphor for the state of humanity where we are,
Yeah.
and the aimless wandering humanity, which is caught on a ghost ship and
Yeah.
is strolling at the ocean without a clear direction. And
That's
and
true.
musically, I think it's pretty much different to stuff we've done before, because it starts with a some kind of with a quite complex main riff and a very unusual layered chorus, and then
Hmm.
it changes the direction into a very doomy part, which is, I think, quite essential for the I would say for the explanation why it's a ghost ship. Yeah, it's very very heavy, very slow, and very disillusioned on this part of the
Yeah,
song.
and after Davos, you definitely see more and more of that, and it really is a shame. We are going through a tough time globally, but especially here in the U.S. Where
Yeah, but it's not that we are without hope. I mean,
yeah,
Edenbridge is always standing for a positive energy for hope. We are not denying the shadow parts of the current times, but we, of course, we're embracing the light, and uh,
It's up to the people
yeah,
which direction they take.
absolutely, yeah, and.
but thankfully we have inspiration from just north of us. Mark from Canada is just. Uh, we wish he could be our president and not their prime minister. He is just fantastic. He did a great speech in Davos, and just uh, and you
Yeah,
guys,
I think we should not give so much attention to politicians. We should give the attentions to the power of ourselves,
well,
uh,
yeah, no, you're
to
right.
the energy we have together, because everything that's coming from they don't solve our problems. I mean,
Yeah, it's
it's in
us.
our heads, it's in our hearts, and I can just say, if everybody is playing his own little part in making the world a better place, like we can do with our music and with our lyrics, things might drastically change for everybody.
I
We
hope so.
just need to believe in our own power.
Mm. If
Definitely.
everybody would do this, it would be much more easier
It
for
Definitely.
really would.
the.
No, you're absolutely right. All right, Cosmic Embrace. Love that title and the keyboards, the guitar, everything about this, and the story you tell. Um, Talk about that one. It is really, we need that Cosmos Embrace or Cosmic Embrace.
Yeah, this song is about rediscovering our inner sun because it guides us back to our true path. And when things are chaotic out around us, it's good to turn inward and find stillness, symbolized by the labyrinth in the video, which also represents our heart.
Yeah,
And through this, we connect with our inner sun, which then connects with the outer sun, nourishing us. And because the sun is very um,
Vital.
yeah,
Vital. Yeah.
yeah, and it's also our inner fire brings into inspiration. We are inspiration to things in motion, or to rise like a phoenix from the ashes. So this is the idea from the lyrics.
All right. Where the Wild Things Are is the second single, right? If I'm not mistaken, because you use the title track as the first, and this was the second. And the video is just out of this world. Where did you film it?
Well, we shot it in here in Austria.
Yeah,
We have
it looked.
also Cosmic Embrace was shot not far away from us. We have there was this castle, this old ruin,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
uh, also the second one. It was a little far away. I mean, we are gifted with these old places around us, and they always provide a great scenery for the video shoots. So.
Mm.
Well,
Um,
thank goodness. I talked a while, maybe 20 years ago, to some people in England, and they were like, "Oh," yeah," I said, "Someday I want to come over there and see the castles." And he goes, "There's no more castles," and it's like, keep your castles. I mean, yeah,
yeah,
you don't have to celebrate it or
of
worship it or
course.
anything like that, but that it's a piece of history, and
Yeah, of
you
Mm.
course.
you
Yeah, of
don't
course.
want to lose that.
People.
Such a great atmosphere there.
Mm.
Yeah,
And people take care. I mean, we
that's
know
good.
that this is a remnant, of course, of our own history, and of course, this has to be preserved for the future, which is
Yeah.
not easy because this is
Expensive.
taking a lot of money and time, and but there are certain groups that are connected to these places, and they especially take care, of course, for the.
Good. Good. I hope
Mm.
that keeps going. And you guys, speaking of that, you guys have a fantastic group of people that help with crowdfunding and things like that. And I think, if I remember correctly, you started that with maybe the bonding or just before that. And you've got some people that just really love your music. I mean, I love your music, but I don't have that much money. But they'll come in and finance the whole thing. I think they helped you finance the um, orchestral version and everything. That's got to feel good to have people like that that support you. And I wish everyone had that. Yeah. Do you want
Yeah,
to?
I think inevitable in today's times because of course the budgets are going down and down from the record labels, and you still have to
Yeah.
deliver the same quality like 20 or 30 years ago or even better. So the fans, of course, are such a big part of this process, and without them, I don't think that we could deliver
Exist. Mm.
this kind of quality anymore. And I'm
So,
very happy that we jumped on this train very early. The first real crowdfunding project was the Life Moment, not the Life Moment, the Life Earth Dream album, the
oh,
fan
okay.
club, and then
Before bonding.
the bonding
And the
was the
bonding, it's also the meaning of this because it's the
Yeah.
bonding to our fans, and it was such a great idea.
Yeah. No.
And I think that people really like to be part of this process, and they are because they supporting is very important, and so they are feeling that they are part of this project.
Mm, mm.
All right. Sorry, I kind of got off of where the wild things are. Do you want to mention anything more about that?
Oh,
What about things are?
The song itself? Yeah.
the Irish song, yeah, it's about Gaia. It's the power of Mother Earth, and it's also an archetype of a primal feminine energy embodied by Eileen, our actress in the video, and represented by passion and untamed power. She's a threat to all routine.
Yeah.
Right.
A threat, yeah, a threat.
Yeah.
She knows no taboos, and her only faith is in the elements, which she feels connected. Not the religions, but the Mother Earth elements. Thus, Aline is a part of every person on Earth who can reconnect to this energy of lifeness, and I think this is a very important thing for the time at the moment because we have not this routine anymore, but we have more different directions, and then we are. It's important to be connected to ourselves.
Yeah, you're seeing more and more of these bands like Fawn and coming out those earth or those natural type of there's like a natural movement, and it's not just in Europe, it's here too. And people going back to a lot of my friends that are in the small record company here, and I live in Bellingham, they're playing like folk music and things that, that's how the American scene
Mm.
kind of got started. So it's like everyone's sort of going back and looking at where things started, and it's great.
Mm.
Mm.
Tears of the Prophets. Oh my God, Len Vallette is excellent. Guitar work, just a beautiful break to sort of collect your thoughts. I look at it as like a contemplative song. My wife and I watch these videos in the morning to sort of get your mind in focus. And this would be a perfect song to put on there. Is that the meaning of it behind it is to sort of give everyone a chance to take a breather? And
Well, Tears of the Prophets is actually the intro for Our Place Among the Stars. Normally, in the old world, it should have been connected. Of course, I wouldn't have given it an intro title, but for today's streaming reasons, it's always better to split songs. And but the main theme of Tears of the Prophets is then coming back in Our Place Among the Stars in the chorus, which is same chords, just differently executed. And yeah, I had this cling part, and I juggled around and played around with this enormous kind of clean guitar sound with enormous reverb and delay, and this inspired, of course, inspired the chords and the whole riff, I would say. And it's a I think a nice interlude, a little coming down after the
yeah.
first two songs, or the first three actually, and then of course getting back into the main song, "Our Place Among the Stars."
All right. And then, well, do you want to talk about Our Place Among the Stars separately, or?
Well, it's of course lyrically, it's about our planet Earth. It's about having the view from above the Earth to our world. This great planet with its enormous richness in fauna and flora, um, and how mankind and humanity is constantly destroying this world. And I think this should be a kind of reflection on what we actually have, and on which and what we should preserve, of course. This is the main aspect lyrically. And in terms of music, we brought back the a little of those gospel influences. Gospel
Yeah,
is also
I hear that.
one great kind of music I love, and I think it was time to, because we already did it in the opening track of Shangri-La in At First Light, where we had some gospel influences in the end part, and this time again. So I think it's a and really many people love this song, "Our
Yeah.
Place Among the Stars." For many, it's the favorite track,
Mm.
and I think it has something special. It's not breaking out in terms of speed. Everything it has a quite constant tempo, but I think it has a beautiful, great chorus, and also some heavy riffing in the verses. So yeah, nice one, I would say.
Definitely. And Sabine, I don't want to cut you off, but if you want to say something, no?
No, no.
No. All right.
It's
And then the
okay.
title song, Set the Dark on Fire, another great video also. Um, Tell us why that one became the title. Um, it's pretty obvious, but I mean, just it's always good to hear directly from the authors.
Well, actually, it was a bit difficult to set the title for this album this time because normally the title is the first thing that is there, and then we continue writing the album. But this time, not a single title opened up in at first. But then, yeah, a couple of songs were ready, and then I had the idea for the title "Set the Dark on Fire," which is some kind. Of course, everybody knows the term "set the world on fire,"
Yep.
and I thought this was a good also some
Connection.
kind of wordplay. And I threw it in the round in the band, and everybody seemed to be excited about this title. And I think from that point on, it was pretty clear that we should continue with this title. And then Sabine had the great idea of the artwork, the basic idea. And then our drummer Johannes, who is a 3D graphic designer in his main
Oh,
job,
yeah.
uh, did the album cover in pretty fast in terms of we had in the past. And the album cover was already finished, I think, in at the end of 24, and then the album cover set everything for the things to come. So we had the album cover, and then this inspired the photo session. This inspired the videos, and pretty much set the basics for everything else. So
I always say it's about living in a time where collective shadows are becoming visible.
Yeah.
And we embrace this with our album and also with this song. Only what comes to light can be recognized by everyone and consequently changed. And this is the red line through the whole album. But as a band, we stand for transformation and not for escalation. And this also includes our own shift in consciousness and growing into our own greatness as human souls. And yeah.
Wonderful. Could that is wonderful. Thank you. All right. And then we come to my favorite song, Bonded by the Light. And I know this has nothing to do with James Bond, but no, but it sounds like Adele. It sounds like
Really?
I'm telling you, it just when I heard the beginning of that, I was like, this should be the song for the new James Bond whenever they figure it out and get it together. I've heard it's probably going to be Dua Lipa, but I think you would be fantastic singing it as well.
Thank
But
you.
and I know you guys did a cover for For Your Eyes Only, and I think you're probably Bond fans. Who isn't? But or at least the music. Maybe you don't like the movies, but the music. Go ahead and like I say, I know you didn't write it for them, but I hear the power of that, and I think at one time I asked you to maybe cover one of the older Bond songs, and it reminds me of that one as well. And You Only Live Twice. But go ahead. I'm going to stop talking, and you
yeah,
tell me
well,
you really meant.
of course, musically, it's a could be a classical Bond songs because you have those typical chords, the minor nine chord and the minor six chord, which are classical James Bond chords and which are always defining this kind of songs, of course, yeah. And as you mentioned it, of course, I'm a big James Bond fan. I'm absolutely adoring the movies with Roger Moore, who is my absolute all-time favorite Bond.
Okay.
Of
Yeah.
course, I also like Sean Connery, but Roger Moore was always for me the typical Bond because he was British and Sean Connery was Scottish.
Scottish. Yeah.
And yeah, and
So you're
as I
not, I just got to clarify because my wife and I have this battle all the time. The last guy, see, I can't even remember his name because those three, the second movie was really good, but I really, Skyfall, without her song, it meant nothing to me.
yeah.
Um, but I didn't like him as a James Bond, and I'm like you, I'm with Sean and Roger. But how did you guys feel about the last guy? I can't even remember his name.
Well, I think Daniel Craig
Craig,
is a
yeah.
great actor, but
Oh,
what I
he's a
was
great actor, but
yeah,
not a
but
Bond.
I'm totally missing is the fun aspect. I mean, the
Yeah,
humoristic side. It's in the meantime, it's mainly big explosions.
yeah,
Uh, and back then, if you watch the movies with Roger Moore, I mean,
It's
it's
the
so much.
charm, charm,
It's charming, yeah.
charming.
It's so
It's charming.
charming and
charming character.
so
There's more character. Yeah,
it's so t terribly funny. I mean,
yeah,
my absolute favorite movie is The Man with the Golden Coat,
yeah,
and if you have Christopher Lee as
yeah.
as the nemesis of Bond, and this little I don't know, is he called Schnick Schnack also in the English version?
No, I forget what
Little
his name
guy.
is, but I know who you're talking
This
about.
is this
Yeah,
is so incredible funny. So and this is what completely got lost
yeah,
over the years. Of course, it's and therefore, of course, I could the classic Bond movies. I could nearly uh, yeah. D- do the comments on this because I've watched them so often and the new ones. I mean, Skyfall was pretty good. I have
yeah.
to admit. And they, I think, was it the one that I think they also shot some parts of this movie in Austria in
Yeah.
some skiing. But I'm not sure if it was this one or the follow up. But to get back to the
Yeah,
actual
sorry
song,
about the song. Yeah.
of course, I wanted to put the title Bond as a little Easter egg because I mean, of course, I put in the classic Bond theme in a certain break part, and of course the chords are classic Bond style. But I think the chorus and the bridge then totally walk away from this.
Yeah.
They have not really anything to do with the classic Bond songs, I would say.
How did you feel, Sabine, singing this one? Because
Yeah, it's amazing. I love
would
it.
you like to do a Bond theme?
Who
Yeah,
wouldn't
Who
want
wouldn't? Yeah.
to?
But yeah.
yeah, of course. But I don't think that would become.
Well, you never know.
Well, yeah, but you have to admit, of course, that the Bond songs of each era were always written and performed by the biggest artists at that time. If
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
looking back at Paul McCartney and the Wings, and then in the 80s, Duran Duran, Aha, and even going further back, Shirley Bassey,
So we
and
have to work
uh,
on our
on their popularity. Yeah.
popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think Dua will do a good job. I really do. I like her music, and we'll see. We'll see if it ends up being. That's the rumor, at least that I've heard. And then you come back with another powerful instrumental, Divine Dawn Reveal, which is absolutely astounding. If you feel like you're in the Himalayas, sitting on a mountain listening to this, and that's how I felt. But you tell me what inspired you.
Well, I think primarily I had the main riff of Lighthouse, and as the main riff of Lighthouse, which I mean, Divine Dawn Reveal is the intro to Lighthouse, and the riff of Lighthouse I had for quite a time in the drawer. And this, I think, inspired the intro to the song. And then we had all these great ethno instruments. First, Sabine bought a triple instrument. It's called the monochord on the one side, and on the other side, it's the tempura and the koto. And so you can simultaneously play all three instruments together. And I tried to bring that in, of course, in the song because all those real instruments are always better
Yeah,
than any samples, of course.
orchestra. Yeah.
And
because of the overtones.
exactly, or the overtone, or the richness of overtones. And yeah, then I think it became a nice intro to the follow-up song.
All right. And then talk about the lighthouse a little bit if you want.
Well, Lighthouse is quite a tricky one because it has so many different tempo,
Yeah.
meter changes within the song, and it's quite the first part is quite easy to play, but then the end part is quite a tricky one. We rehearsed it for the first time last week, and it went fine, but all the switches between lead and rhythm guitars are really hard to get in. So maybe this is I would say, maybe the most complex song of the album.
You think you maybe bypass it for live, or
Oh,
you're gonna go for it and challenge yourself?
I
Yeah.
stupidly decided to put it in the set list.
Good.
So, and then of course, now we have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, like all great Edenbridge albums, you have the big epic closer, and the theme is, of course, light the, um, light that fire, the spark or the everflame. So, um, I think I know what you mean by everflame, but you explain what you mean, because
Yeah, it's
yeah,
pretty much the same what I told before. It's this kind of meaning that we are born of energy and we return to energy. So we are the spark, the little spark of the big everflame, um, coming from the big uh, how should
universe.
the big universe, yeah. And then of course, as maybe our body dies, but not our soul, and the soul is always returning to the big to the big one, and because energy cannot be destroyed,
That's right.
and all consisting of energy. And this is the lyrical meaning and the explanation of the title. And yeah, musically, it's yeah, it was fun to write it again, such a monster again,
Yeah.
and it's always fun to work on those epic tracks. And I think it pretty much stands for everything what we are representing in the year 2025, 2026. So I
It
think
includes so many different atmospheres, the heavy stuff, and also the white and the melodic style and the soft ones. So it's great.
mhm.
And you guys always write so positively, which is um, getting harder to find in metal, but there's still bands out there that are doing that. But you guys have always that's not to say you've touched some dark areas and handled some of that as well. But usually you come out in the end with this bright, you know, it's tough, it's dark, it's dangerous. You got to go through a lot of stuff before you get to the good stuff. But in the end, the happy ending. I mean, it's more than a happy ending, but it's that kind of, and I love that, and I think everyone else does as well.
Yeah, because this is the solution. We cannot stay in the despair and desperation and in the dark. We have to move to the light. I mean, this is the only thing what humanity will save in the end. So if we remain in this kind of state, we will never make it. And I I think if we're not firing up the universe with our energies, and with if we're not firing up and putting the energy into the field, what we want to deliver, it's we're not supporting the world we want to live in, and this is simply the point. And we're following this for more than 25 years, which might have cost us a bigger career if we stick to the trends and things that were, or what is usual in metal, having corpses and skulls on the cover and everything. No, it's, I mean, we couldn't do that.
Good.
It's not us, and so we will also stick to this. I mean, it's of course we're not denying the
Yeah.
dark
But one
entities.
thing is important to remind ourselves, because the dark no, needs the light,
Yeah.
but the light doesn't need the dark. This is
There.
this is important to realize.
Absolutely.
And just two last questions. One, I remember way back to when I did the review for uh, uh, the bonding. Arjun kind of commented, and he seems to be a good friend of yours, Arjun Lucasen.
All right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Hmm.
You have, when you're in the business for 28 years, you definitely learn all the great leaders in the genre. You guys are good friends. Have you ever talked about collaborating? Have you played on any of his albums? I can't remember.
No, we
Uh,
haven't. He played a mandolin solo on the Voiciano album.
oh,
Uh,
okay.
we've been in. I think we first been in contact at the beginning of the 2000s, and he attended one show of us in
In
Belgium,
Belgium, yeah.
and we met him personally, and he's such a great guy.
Very
But
nice person. Yeah,
we've never played on one of his album. Would be great, but yeah, it's not up to us, of course.
sure.
But he's a great guy. He's a really, I think he went his way. This is very, because I mean, big concept rock operas were not really popular, I think, in the early late 90s and beginning of 2000s, and he went his own way, and this is highly appreciable, I would say, what he
Yeah,
did.
and I think he lifted or not lifted, but he opened the door for a lot of female singers
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
may not have
Yeah.
ever been heard. And once they were heard, it's like you can't shut the door anymore.
And
Uh,
he's still, I think he's still very grounded. I mean, we haven't spoken a long time, since, I think we haven't spoken since the Voiciano album, but he seems to be very grounded still,
yeah.
and he's a great guy, definitely.
All right. And then the last one, I kind of asked you guys about this, but I'm not sure. Some people have a negative outlook on the original Lost Horizon movie. It has they've been really spliced it together from the 30s. Have you ever? I'm sure you read the book because I think you
No,
did that
no, I
for
haven't.
Shangri-La.
No,
But have you ever seen that movie, the original movie? Oh, okay.
never,
Because
never.
everyone thinks of the 70s movie, and that, I mean, it was nice, but it just it no, it's not a favorite. But
No.
the original one, Frank Capra's, if you ever go back and just take a look at it, it would be wonderful. And I'm not, I would love to see somebody bring that thing to life with music because it really should. I mean, they didn't have, I really don't even know if they had a soundtrack on that thing because it was so, 1937. It was so, but
Yeah, I think
have
they
you,
pretty those
go
times they
ahead.
pretty much had soundtracks. I think so. No, I've never watched it. I didn't know that a movie of that existed. So
I've
maybe.
got I've got the DVD, but like I say, there were. when they tried to patch it back together, they couldn't find pieces of it. So you just see like a picture of an actor or something like that. But yeah, there's some problems at the beginning too. But um, if you get a chance, just take a look. It's just the spiritual part is a part that I think you would really enjoy and maybe even create a song from it, where this guy that sort of got plucked out of the air, kind of like a Genesis song that I remember, got plucked out of the air, and here he is meeting with this famous spiritual leader, and he wants to pass it along to him and let him take over, and just that whole experience I think would just be so cool. But anyway, I just thought I'd mention that. Okay, we covered a lot of ground. I guess, yeah, the one last question. Are you working on a new album, or are you really concentrating on presenting this live?
No, I'm not really working. I mean, I worked out a couple of parts because I had time, but now it's fully
Yeah.
the focus is fully on the tour and all the touring plans this year. I mean, so much to do with organization and management and booking and everything. But if I find the time, of course, I will continue on because I mean, this is the fun part. Writing is what I was born for,
Yeah.
and in the meantime, the whole organization and everything is taking away so much time from the actual things you want to do. So I'm really looking forward to the yeah, if the time is right
Sometimes he
to
wants to clone himself for the.
yeah, the one is doing the booking and organization, and the other one is doing just the music.
Yeah.
So this is also the reason why it takes so long from album to album, of course, because you need to be inspired for each new album. I don't want to repeat myself, and then you also need a break in between to just refreshen your batteries and to put everything out what you had before and then having new aspects to for a new album, of
Starting
course.
again.
Yeah.
And both of you are probably working full time too, or no? Or
No, I
is
just do
music
Edenbridge. I'm just as I said, music,
okay?
organization, management, booking, and I did
That
some
takes
some.
enough time.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I mean, I can um, define my time if I want to go out on a certain day. But even now, I was skiing for 4 days last week, but I was constantly sticking on on the mobile because things had to be discussed and everything. So each time in the cable car, putting out the mobile and of course doing correspondence. So it would be good to leave that behind, of course, at a certain point and just be inspired. But this is not possible in today's
What
times. Also, the whole social media work is it's taking so much time. It's unbelievable.
Well, when it's your baby, you don't want anyone else making mistakes. So I
Well,
understand
it's
that.
hard. Sometimes it's hard to delegate things to other people because they are not into and who else should do it? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah, not easy sometimes.
Okay. Are there any other things you wanted to mention that maybe I didn't cover? Uh,
No, it was a great interview,
thank you.
talking about all the songs and it's yeah, was absolutely great
Fantastic. Thank you.
to speak that to talk about all the aspects, of course.
Well,
And
thank you.
how
Really,
how
I'm
into
sorry.
we I feel that you are very into the music, and we see it in the back.
Yeah.
That you're a big fan.
Absolutely, yeah.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
No, no, you're more than welcome. And like I say, a pleasure to finally talk with you guys live. And thank you for taking your time. I know you're very busy, but you're helping to launch this album again. And keep making these. You're making some fantastic music, and we all appreciate it and want to hear more. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna pause it, and then you and I can talk here for a little bit. But thank you again, Edenbridge, Sabine, and Landville. It's been an experience, and
Thank
their music is an experience that you really, if you haven't experienced it yet,
check it out.
any of these albums up here are a great start. But yeah, go with a new one. It's their latest. And yeah, definitely check into this band. They're very good. All right, hold on just a second.